Good evening, y'all. I am Shelly B, a conservative Black sister surviving in a hot mess world, and a hot mess it is indeed. Nothing has changed. Tonight, I want to talk about why are liberals mad about white brands marketing to white people. But before we get into this foolishness and a waste of our time fighting about this mess, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Please like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend, whatever you got to do to help a sister out. I would greatly appreciate it. I love you if you do so. Okay, so I've been off of here for a couple of weeks, and a lot has gone on politically since the last time I posted on here. And honestly, I didn't really want to come back on here and talk about this foolishness, but this came across, my radar. And I'm just like, I know a lot of y'all not going to like this, but liberals are insufferable to me at this point. It's like, it's nothing that they don't complain about. Nothing. Then I have to get on my people, Black people. What are y'all mad about this for? Can you please explain why we care about a white brand marketing to white people? I don't understand this. All I'm going to say is if you don't like it, buy it. Don't buy it. That's it. When they were doing all this woke advertising, people that were more conservative or didn't agree with the narrative just didn't buy it. We had jokes, we didn't buy it, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there are so many more things to be worried about than this. These people in these commercials, I have never heard of in my life until this campaign. Honestly, a person that did work in fashion for quite some time on both sides of the camera, who cares? If white people are the majority in this nation, they're going to try to appeal to them. Everybody's trying to run away and get away from all this woke stuff because it doesn't sell anything. They were forcing companies to market to a small group of people. You understand? And now that they're not forced to do that anymore, they're going to put the ads out they want to put out. Who cares? If you don't like the people in the ad, don't buy it. I'll go even one further, Black folks. If you don't like it, you could support a Black design house. You could support a Black brand. That's something that we don't ever hear of. Okay. How about that? How about go buy a bag from the African designers? Go buy fashions from African designers, Black American designers. I mean, there's a lot of options than wasting our time on this. Child, this wears me out. It wears me out. It's like the stuff that liberal people want to worry about is so trivial, and you would think after all these years and losing the election twice that they would stop it, because it's just starting to be a joke and a clown show, and more people are coming out of liberalism. It's crazy. All of this stuff just wears me out. It's the end of an era, and I'll be glad to see it go forever because this is just so annoying. Anything that's happening, they are complaining about it. Look at these people. Let's just watch this together because this is ridiculous. I don't see how anybody would want to be aligned with people like this. This channel that I'm about to show you is called Black Conservative Perspective. I always come on here with all kinds of Black, mostly Black. There's a lot of other people that I show on here too, but mostly Black, because Black people, Black people have gotten off the liberal wagon and off the Democrat wagon. I'm very proud of y'all for that. I got something in my eye. So it's not even us anymore. That is really the problem, because we are just running away in droves because they are just doing way too much. But I do like to show you guys other people that look like us that have a different perspective than the mainstream Democratic liberal media. I mean, the liberal media is falling off. Like, nobody trusts it anymore. Half of their shows are, being canceled, and or the ratings are very low and stuff like that, and people just don't subscribe to that narrative anymore. So this gentleman right here, Black conservative perspective, I like him because I like the way he puts together the videos. I like his perspective as a Black man, because a lot of people don't seem to understand why Black men ran for their lives out of the Democratic Party. I like to show you the opinion of these people. I have all different ages of people that I watch on here, and I like their perspective. I like their reporting, and this is no different. So let's watch this together. I just really implore you guys to, go down these rabbit holes and look at other things. Look at other things besides the liberal mainstream media. It's dumb at this point. It's dumb at this point. After COVID, if you guys still trust these people, I don't understand it. They lied about everything. They covered up the truth about everything. And then you want to be mad at the people that don't subscribe to it and don't want to align with this mess. Look at this foolishness, please. This is just way too much.
Makes me confident. Identity.
Your identity?
Yep.
What is it about your identity that speaks to you?
It's who God says I am, and I don't believe what anyone else says about me. I just believe what God says about me.
We seem to have.
Well, I think that's a wonderful perspective to have. This young man is the man that's in the Dunkin' Donuts commercial that's being chastised. In a fashion point of view, I think he's a handsome-looking guy. I've never seen him before. I don't know who he is. I feel they always talk about inclusion. So include the white people. Like, who cares? I don't understand why this is a big, firestorm so far.
Expressing yourself very easy.
Say again?
You seem to express yourself very well, Hal.
Thank you.
Was that something you've always been able to do growing up?
No. I think it took a lot of growth and a lot of hardship, but I think when your faith isn't in temporary things, it just makes life easier. It makes you more confident. It makes you be able to express yourself better. So yeah.
Now that we're getting out of this woke period, it's not a crime to say you believe in God or that you have conservative values and things like that, which is lovely. For all this inclusion, it's glad to see this being included again.
Advice for somebody who is struggling to express themselves?
Say again?
Any advice for someone struggling to express themselves?
Find the joy in what you're creating. Find the joy and the purpose. Because if it's purposeless, then you're not gonna, it's not gonna have the effect and the fire that you want it to have. So find
that's great advice.
What you're creating.
What was your name?
I'm Gavin Castellano.
David, pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What was your name?
This tan, genetics. I just got my color analysis back. Guess what? Golden summer, literally. I can't help it.
I mean, honestly, this tan is genetics, but hey, when you pay for it and you write it, you can say whatever you want to say. That's their commercial. If you don't like it, don't buy Dunkin' Donuts. That's all I see with this. I can't even understand how people are so up in arms in this. And the funny thing is that the American Apparel commercial came out before this and it got so much attention. I feel like for all of, the attention you gave it, they made like $300 million in 3 days or something like that. So you're being counterproductive. The big old fire that you're trying to make around this is just making the company be lucrative. And then Dunkin' Donuts saw how well it worked for them and said, hey, let's throw genetics into our commercial and have everybody talk about it and make a lot of money. It's just dumb. This is the dumbest thing that I've seen. I mean, I feel like the stuff that Democrats and liberals fight for are just always on the wrong side of history, and no one cares about them.
We know you people can't help it. You've been terrorizing people who don't look like you for centuries. We know you're a bunch of sociopaths. You don't have to.
Now, why did my son watch this video? My son is 13, and the first thing he said was, Well, all white people aren't bad. That's just like saying all black people are bad. You know, all black people are thugs and criminals and baby mamas and stuff like that. This is just a generalization that she has. She definitely looks mixed race of some kind. I mean, give me a break. These people wear me out completely. It's so, they should be so tired of fighting for all of these little dumb things. They have bigger things to worry about than Dunkin' Donuts and American Apparel. Make it make sense.
Remind us. We have the Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ad campaign that is using a double entendre.
Who heard of Sydney Sweeney before this? Not me. They're blowing it up and making her famous. This is so dumb.
For jeans and jeans with a blonde hair, blue-eyed white woman in a time where racism and fat.
Now let's be clear. Most of America is white people, okay? So them targeting white people with an ad is like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? You know, they use stereotypical type of ads to target black people and any race of people that they're trying to target. My thing is, when you don't like something, you don't buy it. You don't keep talking about it, blowing it up and making the company more money. You don't buy it. Like when the people didn't like the Dylan Mulvaney thing, they didn't buy Bud Light and they still have never recovered. That's how you win. I mean, come on. Listen, I feel like the Democrats and liberals have so many bigger problems than Dunkin' Donuts.
Fascism is on the rise. The MAGA movement is on the rise at a time when our president had Elon Musk on the
rise, dear. They've already won. Okay. Liberalism and Democrats are on the decline. They have, I just heard today, they have a 19% approval rating. People are running from their lives from these people. The people that are left, one has to really question why they are still falling for this.
Stage at the inauguration doing a Yahtzee salute, and the Dunkin' Donuts marketing team said, let's try and make our donut commercial about genetics.
Why did they do that? Because they saw how well and how lucrative the other commercial was. That's why.
And let's have an all-American looking guy with blue eyes be the messenger. Their marketing team is definitely like that one person that's like, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I already didn't go to Dunkin' Donuts, but I'm definitely not going now. They're on some broke bitch rage bait behavior.
Boy.
These people are so ignorant. And she looks like she's mixed. She looks like she's mixed to me. It's just, this is just so crazy to me that people are mad about this. I mean, if you don't like it, you could create your own denim brand and put whoever you want on it. You could support the multitude of Black designers that are out there, but you won't do that because you're so wrapped up in these white European brands and forcing them to do whatever you tell. I don't understand why you think you're going to tell somebody how to run their business. If you don't like it, don't buy it.
Boy. So we got to talk about another major liberal meltdown over a corporate America brand deciding that they're going to try to appeal to a majority of the country. Okay. They're deciding that, you know what? We're not going to engage in woke advertising anymore. We're going to go back to the old formula of marketing that made a lot of these companies great in the first place. And again, market to the majority. I'm
sorry, y'all. When it comes down to these corporations, they're there to make money. And that woke stuff didn't make any money. It didn't make money because it's a small percentage of the population. Whether we like it or not, these European people are the majority of the population. So they're going to market to them now that they're not forced to do, DEI stuff, or they're not called racist for not having trans people or Black people or whatever. They can put whoever the face they want for it. And I feel like, I would be the first one to fight for them to do it because I don't want nobody telling me who to have. in my business and who to, market to and stuff like that. When there's plenty of, places that we could support if we don't like it. I just don't understand this. There's no liberal jean companies. There's no Black-owned jean companies that you could support if you don't like it.
These same people in this country, and that is pissing liberals off, okay? As you now have Dunkin' Donuts going the same route that American Eagle went with Sydney Sweeney, and they're now using a white male with blue eyes who talks about...
They smart because that campaign made millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars in days. So I feel like a lot more companies are going to start marketing to Black people and not this woke stuff no more. Because it's lucrative. They're supporting it. If we don't like it, then we can market to our people. We can support our brands. It's always a problem for Black people to support other Black businesses. Let's be clear with this, please. You all know.
Genetics in their ad, right? So you had a Sydney Sweeney ad that the liberals are still losing their minds over, right? They're still boo-hoo on the ground, like they're literally crying over Sydney Sweeney having great genes, right? They're literally crying over that, right? And now they're crying over Dunkin' Donuts.
Everybody knows Black don't crack. Everybody knows Asian don't raisin. So let them have their shining moment of celebrating their genes. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? If you have a Black-owned company and you can hop in on this 300 million, do it. Okay? White people wear jeans. You Black people wear white-owned companies all the time. So why would it be wrong for you to market your jeans to white people? I don't get this. It's just the most dumbest, juvenile, immature way of thinking. It's
and this ad featuring Gavin Casalegno. Now, I apologize if I butchered this guy's last name, but this is the first time I've ever heard of him. He is a male model and also a Hollywood actor as well, too. So, again, an up-and-coming Gen Z actor.
They're good-looking people. Who cares? They're good-looking people. They're marketing to a certain demographic. Who cares? How do you know that the next ad won't be some other person or some other race? American Apparel has put everybody under the sun, every race of people, trans, this, that, and the third, everybody. But now that it's them, it's a problem. It's not like they haven't been diverse all this time. It's just too much. It's too much. Hi, Michelle. She says, I can't stop laughing. I don't know what you're discussing, but I'm laughing. This is just so dumb. It's just, I can't understand this. It's just, I feel like liberals just always want to keep a division. It's just a constant division and separatism all the time. It's like, of all of the diversity that they've had all this time, you're mad because they used some white people this time, when they've used white people many times throughout the course of this company existing. They've used every color people, every sexual preference, and every size and shape, obese people, everything. This is, to me, like a waste of arguing.
Leans conservative, right? If I had to guess, I would say that this guy leans conservative. Regardless, he's a white male bragging about his.
Well, that's the thing. Both of them are conservatives. I think that they were trying to roast her because she was a registered Republican, but now it's cool to be conservative now. People don't want to align with liberalism anymore. Michelle, you are so funny. I don't think they did anything, girl. I don't think they did anything. But I can't repeat what you said. This is my friend Michelle. She is actually a white person that say that she has a lot of sense of humor. So don't go crazy. So yeah, they didn't do anything. They just were in an ad campaign that was, geared to, Europeans, white people, whatever, and liberals and black people were mad that that this campaign exists for some reason, when this company has actually had a lot of diversity. And some of the models that they've had over the years, I would even say, like, wow, like that was over the top model. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that has to be a very small percentage of people, but they've had every type of person. But these white people that they use for this is a problem. I don't really see what the problem is. I feel that if you don't like it, just don't buy it. So that's what we're talking about, Shelly.
And that's all you need, right? To piss off these liberals who now are having another meltdown over the fact that corporate America is showing the American people that woke is dead, right? Woke is over.
Look, I didn't ask to be the king of summer. It just kind of happened. This tan? Genetics. I just got my color analysis back. Guess what? Golden summer. Literally. I can't help it. Every time I drink a Dunkin' Golden Hour refresher, it's like the sun just finds me. So sipping these refreshers makes me the king of summer. Guilty as charged.
Now, this is the commercial that liberals are so mad about. It's sarcastic. I don't really see it being racist, but they're all up in arms over this commercial for Dunkin' Donuts. After American Apparel made $300 million, they decided to do a genetics commercial because it's lucrative. But it's a problem. Corporations are in business to make money, and this is just blowing up because everybody keeps on talking about it and making a big deal about it, and it really is stupid. And with everything that liberals do like this, it just makes more people think y'all crazy, and more people just want to run. Just look at some of these people that speak on here. They're crazy, and I wouldn't want to be in line with them. 762 Black says it's absurd that Dems get so upset about everything. It boils down to most Black liberals believe they are superior to other races. Anton Daniels pointed this out last night on his platform. Yeah, he says it all the time, and it's the truth. Black liberals, especially the women, think that they're so smart and so educated, but yet 300,000 of them are out of work. So clearly you're not that useful. You know what I mean? So, all of this DEI mess and stuff like that, like, we have to stop relying. If you hate white people so much, then why are you all entangled in their corporations, in their businesses, in their universities and everything? Why don't you have your own Dunkin' Donuts or your own American Apparel, and you could put whoever you want in the advertising to say whatever you want? If you're so smart and so educated and so the best of everybody. That's just my opinion. An observation to the foolishness.
The Golden Hour refresher.
Exactly. It's a commercial. Exactly. It's a commercial. It'll run for a few months and it'll be gone forever. Who cares? If you don't like this commercial, don't buy the Dunkin' Golden Hour refresher. Don't buy it. You could boycott Dunkin' Donuts for the rest of your life. I don't think, Michelle says, but it's not racist. Not for nothing, 99% of Dunkin' Donuts is Indian. Well, how about that? I did notice that today. It kind of encouraged me. I was like, wow, every Dunkin' Donuts is owned by Indians. So, listen, in this country, it's the melting pot of all people. This is what I'm saying. For all this diversity, equity, and inclusion that they talk about all the time, everything always boils down to black, white, black, white, black, white. Like, there's not thousands of other races in this country. Make it make sense. It's just it's a group of people that are just ridiculous at this point. And I don't see how anybody would want to be aligned with this at this point.
Duncan.
Yeah, I just watched the Dunkin'
Look
Donuts
at these
ad, and it's
people.
problematic for so many reasons. First of all, it's certainly disappointing to see genetics brought up in a similar way as a Sydney Sweeney ad. It just goes to show that there's never an innovative or original idea in Hollywood. These through lines and discussions, and
it's original to me because they made $300 million in 3 days. So the advertising worked. And everybody's on here talking about it. making more money and making awareness to American apparel. Listen.
Philosophies are percolating under the surface because of what is happening culturally, not even under the surface. What's happening right in front of our face is informing creative that people think is reasonable. But before I loop back to the genetic end, I actually want to talk about this idea of being crowned king. In this climate, to put forth an ad about being crowned king weeks after the No Kings protests, I don't understand.
Okay, the No Kings protest was for liberals. No one cares besides y'all. That's why he said he's the king of the Dunkin' Donuts drink. You can feel whatever you want to say. My Zoom account, my pronoun is queen. I could call myself whatever I want. I'm a queen and I'm a goddess. If you don't believe it, that's on you. Who cares? This is the dumbest. And Michelle made a very good point, because I know most of the Dunkin' Donuts are owned by Indians in this area alone in New Jersey. And she goes, imagine if they put Indians to advertise, they'd make a killing. They might. You understand? One of my girlfriends said that to me. She was like, how much do you see Asians in advertising and on TV? And I said, how about that? You know what I mean? And Black people are always complaining. Like there's not other nationalities of people here. They just always want to boil everything down to black and white, fight. And then after that, it's men and women pinned against each other. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. We have to look at really what is going on, because if everybody's divided, there's no power and there's no safety in division. You know, when everybody is on one accord, and I feel like that's what's happening, because if they only have a 19% approval rating and it's falling daily, and even CNN is admitting that, you know, hey, the country's not as bad as we thought it was going to be, and all of their data is showing that everything is looking good, and Americans, for the majority, are happy with everything the way it's going, it's the end of an era for these people, and they're still doing the same thing, which makes you know that these people are insane. If you're going to keep doing the same thing and saying the same thing over for years and years, and you're still losing, and you're still saying it, and you're still in the same mentality, something's wrong.
It from a perspective of like, unless you're an actual monarchy or Burger King, why are you crowning anyone king in America right now? But yeah, this 10 genetics.
These people are so dumb. How many people say, oh, I'm the king of chess, I'm the king of frying chicken, I'm the king of whatever? You know what I'm saying? It's just a commercial. Y'all looking way too far into it. And why are white people like this mad? When American Apparel has had I feel it's a very diverse advertising that they've had over the years. Because half of those models, if I was in charge, I wouldn't have picked none of them. And that's my hand to God, some of those models that they've picked over the years. I just didn't think they were attractive, but that's my opinion. But nonetheless, American Apparel put them there, and you're mad at them over these models. It's just
color analysis.
Doesn't make it make sense.
Gross.
Look, I didn't ask to be the king of summer. It just kind of happened. This tan, genetics.
Now look at the guy in the commercial, and then look at him. Who would you rather spend your day with, him or him? Who would you rather have a conversation with and sit across the table from, the guy in the commercial or him?
You know what you did. I already know people in the comments are going to be like, this is a stretch. This is a reach. I'm not going to go into some deep dive.
Child, these people are crazy.
Just waiting for the third time. Second, two times coincidence. Third time. Pattern. Waiting for the pattern to continue, because that's what the fuck we're in now. And I gotta say, with like Italian heritage myself, like you should remember the racial discrimination and bigotry that.
Don't get me started on Italians, because Italians don't like black people, some of them, because the Moors colonized them. Okay? So let him go back and get a history lesson real quick. Okay? A lot of Italians are tan because they have the black African blood running through them. Okay? They have that tightly coiled hair because of that, because they were colonized by Africans. So these people are full of it.
That the Italians went through.
Child.
Like, and Dunkin' Donuts, like on the heels of the Sweeney commercial,
Look
like American Eagle controversy, to still push that fucking line, you know what you did.
Mind you, this is the second ad with.
Look, please look at these people. I'm not trying to be funny, but look at these people. These people are offended. They should be offended with themselves, in my opinion. This is crazy. I just can't. These people.
Within 7 days. These brands are trying to send a clear message.
Michelle Avadia says, brain cells are seriously fried. Doesn't matter what color we are. Enough with the bullshit. Where is this commercial ever? Where is this commercial? Never seen it. Exactly. Exactly. I never heard of any of these people until it blew up on social media from all these liberals on here complaining about the commercial. And just look at these people. And just the way they talk, it's crazy. It's a commercial. There's way more bigger issues for a black woman such as herself to be worried about than this white boy and this white girl in these commercials.
A white message, if you will. Stay safe. Keep your eyes open and pay attention, okay?
A Dunkin' commercial.
Oh, these people are
talking about genetics. Dunkin', which came out during the same week as the Sydney Sweeney commercial, which also talked about genetics. And both of these people conveniently are white with blue eyes. So I guess my question is, what do you guys have to say about this one? And also, like
he's talking about the blue eyes, the blue eyes, the blue eyes. Do you guys know that blue eyes is a genetic disorder, and that eons before Europeans had this genetic disorder, Africans had it? Blue eyes is not indigenous to white people. As a matter of fact, let's look at this real quick, because this wears me out. Hold on, I'm going to show you guys this, because I'm so tired of black people especially saying, you know, black people, let me just make sure, just the right one, that black people, you know, oh, these white people, blue eyes, blue eyes, blue eyes, blonde hair, blue eyes, blonde hair. Can you guys miss me with that, please? Okay, look at these people. These are African black people with blue eyes. Okay, look at them. Okay, these people, some of these tribes has been around very early, way before Europeans, with blue freaking eyes. Okay, blue eyes. Oh, look, the Melanesians, naturally blonde black people. So y'all gonna sit there and talk about, oh, blue eyes and blonde hair or whatever, when your people had them first. Stop playing with me. Here's more Melanesians, blonde hair, naturally blondes, naturally blue eyes. Look at these people. Give me a break. Naturally platinum blonde hair, black people, Melanesians. Look at these tribes, blue eyes, blonde hair, you know, give me a break. There's tribes of black people with green eyes. Stop it. Stop it. Why are we fighting about this? What do we care about this for? More blonde hair, black people. Look at this. Look at this. Before Europeans, black people had blonde hair and blue eyes. Anybody can have blonde hair and blue eyes, it's just that they don't show you this. Platinum blonde black people. Naturally indigenous freaking people. Blue eyes. This little girl has one blue eye and one brown. Look at these people. So I'm tired of y'all saying, oh, they put a white person with blue eyes and blonde hair. Ooh, woo, woo. I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick of y'all. Y'all wear me out and you're doing too much and you're, complaining about something that is just dumb. And like I said, if you don't like it, start your own jeans line and put whoever you want to face of it.
Summer. I'm sitting here looking at my melanated ass like, since when?
So Dunkin' Donuts?
Now listen to this weird ass woman. Why on earth would I want to be aligned with people like this? Y'all mad at me because I don't want to be aligned with people like this. Make it make sense.
Just posted an ad with a guy, and the guy's like walking out of a pool, and he's like, this tan, yeah, genetics. And then he's like, donuts.
These are y'all people. These are y'all people. And you don't understand why I don't want to be aligned with these people?
And I'm like, what do genetics have to do with donuts?
Psychopath, honey.
What do genetics have to do with donuts? What the fuck? What?
These are y'all people.
And he has blue eyes, a very recessive genetic trait.
In like everybody on earth. And black people that we can all agree were here first had the recessive blue eyes. They have natural blonde hair. All of the above. Who cares? Why are we giving a damn about this? What really perplexes me is why white people care. Malcolm X said white liberals are the enemies of America. And I'm sorry, he ain't never lied. Because these people, I don't understand what's wrong with these people. And then the black ones that follow behind people like these, or the white liberals that were running the country, look at the cities that they run. They've destroyed everywhere. Everywhere they go, they destroy it.
I feel like I'm living inside of Saturday Night Live. Help me out of the Saturday Night Live universe.
These people are crazy. Crazy. And you don't understand why I don't want to be. She talking about she live inside of Saturday Night Live. I feel like I live inside a Black Mirror, the Twilight Zone. Anytime I see these people and I see people making the defense for why they align with these people, I'm like, wow. Like, you can't see that she's crazy?
Verse, I don't like this one.
These
Look,
are your people.
I didn't ask to be the king of summer. It just kind of happened.
These people are
This
crazy.
tan, genetics. I just got my color analysis back. Guess what? Golden summer, literally.
Look at these people.
Who the fuck's coming out with one next? They're getting bold. They were already bold, but they're getting fucking bold right now.
I mean, look at these people. Look at them. These are your people. that you question why I don't want to align with them. Why for decades I refuse to vote and be with these people. You can't even really share the planet with these people. It's insane. Look at these people. They all seem unhinged to me. Everybody that spoke on here.
Marketing girly and human with eyes here. It is a bad idea in a post Sydney Sweeney world here, where the ad that she just did is being criticized, rightfully so, for the use of the word genetics and having it low-key feel very eugenics based. To then have Duncan push out this creative days later when the whole internet is literally talking about how bad that ad was. This ad—
No, the whole internet is not, because they made $300 million in 3 days and got all kinds of free publicity from people like you. Okay? Only people that are mad about this are the 19% of liberals. The rest of the country is like, who cares, or going out and buying American apparel. That's what's happening, sweetheart.
With Jeremiah, I don't know his real name, mentioning the word genetics, and it's not in the same way-ish as the Sydney Sweeney one, but it is now interpreted that way. So it would have been okay for the social girly, for the marketing girly. The marketing director, top level CMO, should have said, I just saw that this scandal is breaking out and we use the word genetics. We cannot put
genetics
this
is a
out. We have to rework it. I know we've spent X amount of dollars and X amount of time, but like, we have to rework it because this now looks incredibly tasteless, borderline, if not 100% racist, and it's really not a good look. So Duncan is usually really good with their marketing and their influencer and celeb pairs, but this is a huge—
Michelle said I had to search for it online. I never heard of it. Well, none of us ever heard of any of these people until this commercial. These commercials. And I feel as an advertising campaign, it's very successful because everybody's talking about it and everybody rushed out to buy American Apparel to support them. So it, you know, all their complaining and everything on the internet blew it up and backfired in their faces, like all of any issue that liberal and Democrats get behind. That's the result. But yet they still keep moving in that way.
Huge mess given the current climate. Big no.
Look, I didn't ask to be the king of summer. It just kind of happened. This tan, genetics. I just got my color analysis back. Guess what?
This is just
golden summer. Literally. I can't help it. Every time I drink a Dunkin' Golden Hour Refresher, it's like the sun just finds me.
You too, Duncan? Have you not learned anything from Sydney Sweeney?
Yes, they learned from Sydney Sweeney, you idiot. They made $300 million in 3 days. So that's what they learned. That's why they have genetics in their commercial. And I feel like you're going to see the word genetics in a whole lot of commercials if people are making $300 million in 3 days. These people are crazy. I'm about to make me some jean commercial and talk and put a white person in it and talk about jeans. If I can make $300 million, I tell all the black brands to put a white person in their commercial and say they got good jeans. They got to put some jeans on them that look fly and say they got good jeans. You can make $300 million in 3 days. This is so dumb.
An American Eagle. Now I understand these are slight messages that just skim off the top, but once again, we're making an ad where we're calling out jeans and saying these are the perfect jeans. I've just been blessed with the perfect jeans. And it's these white people have been blessed with the perfect jeans, and they have not apparently seen any of the controversy that's been going on with American Eagle. Or
a jeans company has a model in commercial saying, I have good jeans. So they're selling jeans. I just cannot believe this is an issue. This is dumb. And I think liberals have way bigger fish to fry than who has good jeans.
or they did, and they decided, hey, let's jump on that. But it seems weird because, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Dunkin' Donuts is like a Massachusetts-based business, and so it seems weird to be taking this like Aryan race type stance. But once again, what are these companies doing? And it's these dog wheels.
I just can't stop saying it. Look at these people. Look at them. They don't know nothing about fashion. They don't know nothing about, advertising or anything. Look at how they're dressed. They're clearly not fashion people or whatever. Fashion is designed to shock and inspire, or a good advertising campaign should make you feel something, and I feel it did that. Whether it's good or whether it's bad or whatever, it was a successful campaign. If you don't like it, don't buy it.
This testing of the water to see how people react. How far can we go?
Right.
What can we push this? And this is the second ad in almost as many weeks
There's
that is talking about perfect jeans and what are the perfect jeans. And it's the blonde hair, blue eyes, and it's this image of the white person having these perfect jeans. And I just, man.
Let me tell you something. It's hard to find a good pair of jeans that are perfect and fit good. So they made $300 million in 3 days. So people are out there buying their jeans. They might be perfect. They might be great jeans. Have we ever considered that they are good jeans?
These are just tone deaf ads that are falling flat. And Dunkin' Donuts apparently
that ad did not fall flat if they made $300 million in like 3 days. That ad did damn good. And people are supporting it. So it was an effective ad, like it or not. I can't say it enough times. If he doesn't like it, don't buy it. Don't buy American Apparel, whatever it's called. Don't buy it.
Apparently did not, like I said, learn anything from the American Eagle Sydney Sweeney ad because they decided to roll this bad boy out.
Yeah, so you see that, you heard that. Okay, these people are very upset that you have a blue-eyed white male bragging about his jeans, saying that he's the king of the summer, right? I don't know, maybe, just maybe, these people thought that is an allusion to white boy summer. Not entirely sure, right? But, a white man saying that he's the king of the summer apparently is very offensive, right? Very offensive. Now, we've already went over the sheer hypocrisy from these individuals.
What does king of the summer mean?
Again, if this was any other race, right? If this was, some black woman talking about black girl magic, right? Black girl magic. Nobody would have a problem with it. Nobody would care. Nobody would say anything about it. But you can't be white. You can't be a white woman. And then in this case, you can't be a white man. And you can't talk about your genetics. You can't brag about or be proud of who you are as a person, right?
Honestly, I feel like every race should be proud of them, of their people. Every race has beauty in it. I don't hate any race. I mean, my family, we have every race of people in it. I feel like, from all over, So I can't be racist in that way, or prejudiced. I can't even say racist, but prejudice. I think that they're good looking people. They have, classically pretty features, and, whether or not, if you darken them, they would still have good features, Genetically, they are attractive people. And she had jeans on that look good. They're good. They're not great jeans. I thought that they were loose fitting and I didn't love the jeans, but they're good jeans. Like I said, they're good. They're not the best. They're not, the supreme jeans. They're just good. She has good jeans, which good is average jeans. And I thought the actual jeans were average jeans. So I feel like people are really just reading way too much into this.
Who were born, you can't do that. You can't do it. But every other group can do it, though. Every other group can do it. Okay, they can be proud of their genes, their genetics, what they were born with, whatever. If a white person comes out and says something like that, especially in an advertising, no, they definitely can't advertise it to the world. No. This is white supremacy. This is eugenics. That's what these people are claiming. And you know the crazy part about this?
Eugenics is abortion. That would be eugenics. Okay. That is where, 100% of eugenics and genocide and, just every type of racist ideal is in that is abortion. Planned Parenthood, the founders are racist that, said that Black people are human weeds and they want to see them exterminated. But you guys are running with abortion. But this advertisement is the evil demon. These people are crazy.
I don't think these people are smart enough to understand that
Exactly.
they're the reason why this happened. They're the reason why this happened. Let's be real. What did you think would be the final outcome of race-based woke advertising, right? Identity-based, overt identity-based advertising, right? Because, you can make an argument that advertising, yes, has always been identity-based, right, to a certain extent. But the difference between the woke era and the pre-woke era when it comes to identity-based advertising is that in the woke era, companies overtly embrace progressive values, which meant that when you market based off identity, you always have to come with an anti-white slant, right? There was a anti-white
That's true.
Movement, okay, in the woke era in which identity-based advertising would exclude. It would be exclusionary of whites and inclusionary of everybody else, and not only anti-white.
That is true. But I feel like if you're so for, inclusion all the time, then include everybody and just leave it at that. It shouldn't be anybody excluded when you're talking about inclusion. That's why it's just hypocritical. And it's just designed to divide and have people, separate all the time. And arguing over everything when everybody is just humans and we should just leave it at that. Because it's not 1800s anymore. It's not slavery days anymore. It's a different era now. Like I wish we could just come out of this. It's getting so tired.
Anti-Christian, anti-traditional, anti-conservative. That is what defined woke era advertising, right? It was a political angle on identity-based lie. So companies were embracing cultural Marxism in their advertising and their marketing, okay? Because they thought that cultural Marxism would help them make more money, right? That's what they believed until they found out that that's not the case. The natural result of that is that the pendulum would swing the other way. And a part of the pendulum swinging the other way is not only a rejection of what we know of as woke capitalism, but also the acceptance of the fact that, hey, since woke capitalism established that we can overtly advertise to people based off identity, why not advertise openly to people who are the majority of the country, right? Based off their identity, right? Why not?
That is very true what he's saying. That's very true. And who can be mad at that? Who can be mad at that?
That seems like a smart marketing move. That is what these companies are starting to realize. They're starting to realize, wait, it's okay to openly just market to whites, right? Even though I will argue that maybe this is not open.
These corporations are there to make money, okay? Now that they saw how lucrative this was, you're going to see a lot more of it. A lot more of it. And I feel like, with all this inclusion, include everybody. And Black people, instead of being mad at this, go support a Black designer. Go support the African designers. Go support, the people of your community. Y'all spent trillions of dollars on these European brands.
Openly marketed to white people. Clearly leftists see it that way. But in my opinion, I think they're marketing to a majority of the country because this is a majority of the country. Whether leftists like it or not, this is a majority of the country. Okay, this certainly is not a majority.
Oh, wait. Listen, let me make this bigger. Because, listen, if you can market to people like this, then you should be able to market to anybody. Because I'm sorry. This, I don't think
of
it's
the country, right? This is not what people want to see. Okay, I don't think anybody wants to see themselves in these types of ads, but this is the type of stuff that these brands were putting out there, right? This is not a majority of the country.
I mean, listen. If they can make an advertisement with people like these, they can put anybody. You know, why are those white people exempt? If they could put a white girl look like that. I'm sorry. I don't know. Nobody's going to like me for this, but I just don't see the fashion in this. I'm not inspired to look like that. Maybe other people are, but this doesn't inspire me to buy any of that. I wasn't inspired to buy those jeans either because I didn't really like the way they fit her. She's very thin. That doesn't appeal to me. You know, I would have liked to see a little bit curvier girl or something, but this doesn't appeal to me either. And people gonna be mad at that, but I'm sorry. It's just no. It's no. It's a no for me.
I mean, maybe it is to a certain extent when you talk about being obese, right, or overweight. But I'm just saying, a majority of the country, they don't want to see themselves like this, right? That's not what people want to see. Okay, people want to see themselves like this, and they want to see themselves in attractive.
I think she's very thin. Okay, I think she's attractive, but she's very thin, and I'm not trying to look like that.
Okay, we want to.
I don't really find that appealing either. But the other picture was just messy to me. I'm sorry. It was just messy. I don't know. I just don't even have no words to say about that.
Attractive people, right? Period. Okay. Black, white, Asian, Latino, whatever, right? We want to see attractive people. Okay. These attractive people.
Sorry, I can't stop laughing at that.
Right. So I'm just saying, you know, I would just say in general, if you're an attractive person, then you probably got good genes, right? You probably got good genes, okay?
Michelle Vada says, "Oh my God, I can't breathe. You're killing me." And then Michelle says, "That's for Ozempic." How about that?
Just saying. So, you know, regardless of the race, I think most people, we want to see attractive, traditional looking models, people, right? I think that's what people want to see. Again, my overall point.
Well, I mean, I work in the film industry, and I was a model. I worked in front of the camera and behind the camera as far as doing hair for fashion and stuff like that. And I just feel that people, models and actors and stuff, they're made to look better than the average person because that's what makes you. It draws you in, you know. And when I was a full figure model, and the clients some of the clients didn't really like the really obese models because they say that the clients think that when they get that outfit in that size, they're going to look like that in that outfit. So that's why the clients didn't really like to use the really, really obese models. Diane Van Furstenberg was like, "No, I don't want a model like that." Even a proportion full figure model, she just didn't like it. And that's her prerogative. Is she fat shaming? Is she being racist against fat people or whatever? I don't think so. That's just her preference of how she wants to sell her brand. You know, I never felt like when I was a model, I never felt any kind of way because the European designers' clothes ran small and I couldn't fit anything that they had. You know, that's just that brand. You go and you buy the brand or you model the brand or whatever that goes with your body type or that's for you. I mean, I don't understand how people don't get this, you know? Michelle says, "Is it a commercial for genetics, genes, or Dunkin' Donuts. What the fuck? I'm lost. I think I'm gonna go buy a drink from Dunkin' Donuts. Girl, I had Dunkin' Donuts on the way home. I don't have time for this. This is too crazy. It's just too crazy. You know, now I'm curious and now I want to try this drink. See, this is why these campaigns are lucrative, because everybody's talking about it. And you know, if not for nothing, people are going to go to American Eagle or Apparel, wherever the hell it is, and go look at these jeans, and they're probably going to buy something in the store, whatever, while they're there looking. I mean, it's a great campaign. It worked.
Is that if leftists are going to be mad about this, they have nobody to be mad at except themselves.
Exactly.
Because they opened up the door for this to happen.
Yes, they did.
What did they think was going to happen with affirmative action? If you start allowing open discrimination against whites, you don't think one day that white people now will get those same protections that other people got, right?
How about
you don't think that's going to become a thing? Of course it's going to become a thing, right? These people were shocked when the Supreme Court allowed a white woman to move forward with a quote-unquote reverse discrimination lawsuit, right? Because she sued her company for discriminate against her for being a white woman.
And listen, the Asian kids say that they're discriminated against with college because they would have better grades and their transcripts and everything were just more stellar and stuff like that. And they would get passed over and they were mad, you know. So it is, you know, it is racist to do that to anybody. You know, I don't know. And like I tell everybody, there was black people getting in Harvard eons before anybody ever came up with a Civil Rights Act or you know, affirmative action, because they were the best of the best. And they had contributions that could not be denied. And I just feel like it makes everybody step up their game. And I feel like Black people were smarter and better before integration and the Civil Rights Act and all these things. I mean, historically, everything was just better before we align with these people.
And leftists were upset. They were boohoo-won and cry. Oh, how is this possible? It's impossible to discriminate against white people. Well, again, it's possible because ultimately, if you're going to allow these types of racial discrimination lawsuits against white people, aka a so-called person of color, a non-white person sues a white person for discrimination, then you have to allow a white person to do the same thing. You have to allow white people to sue so-called people of color or non-white people for discrimination, right? Because that's how equal treatment works.
Right.
That's how equality works in America, right? That's how it's supposed to work. And again, that's why I think you're seeing with these brands. That's why I think that you're saying. They're like, you know what? Hey, we're going to market to a majority of the country. And it's okay because we live in a climate where a majority of the country, this is what they want to see, right? They want to see traditional American marketing and advertising that we all know and love, right? That work, that made a lot of these companies great, that made them a whole lot of money. And in the woke era, a lot of these
that's crazy. Michelle said, what about me being Jewish? My last job, my manager said Hitler forgot to burn me. What the fuck? I mean, I feel like this country is so racist and so prejudiced, but it's by design. It's like they don't want the people to band together against these corrupt governments and systems, because everybody's getting screwed here in this country. And it's not serving anybody to be divided. And I just don't feel that the country would be so divided if they would leave everybody alone about race all the time. And it's always racism against blacks and whites when it's thousands of other people from all over the world that are here. This is just crazy to me.
Companies lost money. They lost money on woke.
They did.
So,
and let me tell you, these corporations couldn't wait till that woke shit was over, and they got rid of all that stuff so damn fast. And all that DEI stuff is new. That all came with, you know, all that woke stuff that they did, you know, since COVID and all that. That was 2022, that DEI stuff. So everybody act like they losing something that they always had, and it's not. And because they went so hard with the DEI, it just made everybody want to just dismantle all of these things. Overkilling it.
This is capitalism. This is capitalism. Companies are going to appeal to what they think is popular.
Yeah.
And that's what drives these leftists crazy, because the more that companies do this, the more of a signal that they have lost the culture war. That they've lost, like on the social battlefield, political battlefield, they have lost. They've lost. Once you lose corporate America, again, that's a bad sign, right?
It is.
It's a bad sign. And for these leftists, unfortunately, I don't think their worldview, their social agenda is ever going to be completely acceptable in this country. I just don't think.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just a small amount of people that think this. And this is the reason why they flooded the country with illegals, and we're trying to give them the right to vote, because I think they know that, they couldn't win with this agenda. And I don't know why they want to push such an agenda. If it's so inclusive, then include everybody. Include people that don't agree with your narrative. It's only inclusive if you agree with them. If you don't agree with them, then you're not included. And I don't care about being included with them. I don't want to be entangled with a group like that. I mean, Because me, I love everybody. And I have friends in all walks of life, you name it. All races of people in my family alone. You know what I mean? So, and I feel like I'm more connected to my people than most, and people mad at me because I don't want to subscribe to this. I feel like it separates people. And I just feel like I've never seen so much fighting and complaining and, meltdowns of a group of people in my life.
I think it is. I just think it is. And that's why the pendulum is swinging back the other way so hard. So apparently leftists are triggered by this as well too. They don't like white models, white male models, white female models bragging about their genetics, okay, or being confident in themselves, or saying anything good about themselves. They don't like that, right? Apparently, if you're white, is only acceptable to flog yourself, to hate yourself, to beat yourself up, and to kiss the ring of non-white people, or else you're bad white, right? You're not a good white person. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.
So the link is in the description. I think I watch a lot of people on here. I watch mostly all Black people, Black conservatives, and I love the perspective. Especially I like to really watch men, because I just like their perspective, and I like the way that they, a lot of the conservative guys, I just feel like they're leaders and their positions are strong, and they're very strong. And not to mention, if you really look at some of the conservative Black men profiles, these guys are fit and fine. They are. Look at them. I mean, these guys are ready to go. Fit and fine. Most of them. It's a whole different vibe than liberal dudes. I'm sorry. It just is. They're different. They're different. So like I say, I just want you guys to just be exposed to different perspectives and different independent journalists is where it's at. Independent journalists expose everything years ahead of mainstream media. When mainstream media expose something, just know that something so bad has happened that they have no choice then to get behind the story now, like with everything with COVID, because now it's blowing up. All the evidence is there that they knew that the shots caused harm and this and that, and that they lied and they covered it up and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and on and on and on. Mainstream media, you can't trust it. It's propaganda. And you have to really get out there and listen to the independent journalists and, hear opinions of other people and use discernment. I tell y'all all the time, you got to learn what discernment is. Go look that shit up and get it so that you can start deciphering what's real and what's not, and the truth between what the truth is and what is fake. You know, people tell me all along, oh, you're spreading misinformation. And then today, 5 years later, I was right. And I knew I was going to be right because the evidence had been there. But people that watch propaganda media, they're not going to hear about it. So, listen, do better. Okay, I got to go. This was a long one. And if you look at some of my other videos, you'll see a lot of the shows that I watch, and they're all great. They're all great people that look just like me. They're fabulous. And they're smart. In spite of what liberal, educated, degreed Black people have to say, I just think these people are smarter and more informed than most of the Democrats and liberals that y'all watch. I'm sorry. So I am Shelly B. I love you. For anybody sat through this with me, Michelle, I love you, boo. I appreciate you being here. And everybody else that came. Ooh, my ear is itching. Somebody must be talking about me. Ooh. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate this. Okay. Please, just help a sister out here. I'm being consistent. I'm doing the best I can, share the channel. Okay. Like it, subscribe. Most of all, subscribe to the channel. Leave comments. Do whatever you have to do. I would really appreciate it. But I'm going to go now. I am Shelly B. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. Good night.